So do you know we've been doing these grow a skill bits?
Yeah.
I didn't tell you about this, but I've actually grown a new skill without telling
we don't normally do grow a new skill till the afternoon.
But I'm going to do mine now.
Oh, is it like a new introduction?
Yeah, that's what I made. You ready?
What is it?
You'll see.
Roll credits.
Hello and welcome back to Learning Lockdown, coming to you from Liverpool College. It's Tuesday and I'm still Mr. S.
And I am Mr. A.
So, what have we got coming up today on Learning Lockdown? Well, starting off, we've got, have a guess, English.
And after English, what could it possibly be? First letter, maths.
Then after maths, we've got our usual slot before lunch of reading.
But we're not going to ask you to do some reading, we're going to ask you to do some listening.
It's lazy reading today.
Lazy reading, but fun. After that, we're going on to a new segment, art.
Very nice. Then we've got the actual grow a new skill section, updated with some of your requests, backed by popular demand to see us dressed in silly costumes and sing our tune.
Don't know how that's learning, but we need entertainment during these times. And finally, finishing up with our friends at Equip. If you haven't followed them already, get over to @Equip Coaching UK.
You can watch film reviews, you can learn how to draw monkeys, you can play football.
Loads of different skills on there, and we're going to hear from Liam right now.
Hey, Mr. A, Mr. S, thank you so much for yesterday's lessons. We absolutely love them, and we can't wait to see what you've got in store for us today. We've got some fantastic extracurricular activities for you as always. Yesterday, our latest Sensible Soccer football session went live. If you're a football fan and you'd like to practice how to perform a proper drag back turn in your garden or your backyard, then make sure you check that out. We've also got a multi-sport session on today, so make sure that you tune in with Lucy and learn how you can improve your throwing and catching techniques. We're going to have another episode in the Creative Corner, and we're going to be focusing on how we can draw our very own Forkies from Toy Story 4. I can't wait for that one. We're also going to have a bit of gaming action from DJ Tendai a bit later on, and then also a really cool film review from Jono. So there's loads of extracurricular activity stuff there for you to tune into. Now it's time to dig in to Learning Lockdown lessons. Let's do it.
Thank you very much, Liam. And if you haven't already, you need to hit subscribe on our channel just down below, and also hit the little bell so you get notifications. And please share. Currently, we are below 5,000 subscribers, and there's something that we would just like to have 5,000 subscribers. It'd be nice to round it up at least to there.
And we know how to round because we taught you that last week.
We did. If you missed that, make sure you go back to Wednesday's lesson, which would be day 3, March the 25th, last week, and have a look at that rounding lesson. But anyway, for now, let's kick on with some English.
So, yesterday in English, we told you all about adverbs. We looked at adverbs of manner
and adverbs of time. And we talked about adverbials more or less, actually, when we put a phrase together that tells us when or how something, or the verb, the action, the doing word, the being word, is done. So, today we're going to look at some writing that, frankly, is a little bit boring, because we're going to write it.
Let's have a look.
My cat, Brian, went to a meeting. He was late, but his boss, Phil, didn't mind. In fact, he received a pay rise. Perfect.
And if you don't believe us, here's a picture of Brian. Told you I had a meeting to go to. So, this is a story. To me, it's pretty boring, to be honest, isn't it? I mean, it's just a cat going to a meeting and getting a pay rise. I mean, that happens all the time. So what we'd like to do is we're going to change this story by adding in our adverbials we learned about yesterday to make this better. So it's going to appear for us like magic. You won't be able to do the same thing at home. But have a look at our new one and see if you can spot what we've added.
And just before you do see it, we might not just chuck in adverbials of time and manner. We might also explain why. That can also be an adverb. Why are they doing, or why are they going to this meeting? Let's have a look at it now. Boom!
It's there. So now our news story says this. Late one afternoon, my cat Brian went to a meeting at Sandbach M6 Services. Not a bad place to have a meeting, really. You can get some nice donuts from there. Unfortunately, he was late, but his boss Phil didn't mind. In fact, because of his impressive sales record, he received a pay rise. Perfect.
Now, I just want to clarify, it does say perfect there, but it is obviously spelled wrong. It's a pun, because cats purr, if you haven't spotted already.
Very amusing. So, can you have a look at our story here? We'll zoom in on it, and we want you to see what adverbs you can spot that we put in, or adverbial phrases that we have put in.
In fact, pause the video right now and see if you can write down all the adverbs or adverbial phrases that we have used to improve our story. 3, 2, 1, pause.
Are they still watching?
I don't know.
Can we stop?
I want to blink. My eyes are really hurting. Pause it. No.
Zoom back out, and did you manage to spot the adverbs that we put in? Let's have a look. So, first of all, Mr. Ray, we've got this one. You can tell it's a fronted adverbial because it's at the start of the sentence, there's a comma after it, and it's late one afternoon. So which type is that? Well, that is
a when. It tells us when our cat went to this meeting. He did it late one afternoon.
Okay, we have another adverbial phrase in this sentence too, and it's right at the end. Okay, we didn't have this before. Now we know where the meeting took place, and that was at Sandbach M6 Services.
Then we straight away jump into another adverbial, or just an adverb here. Unfortunately, we know he was late, but now it's unfortunate that he was late, okay?
And finally, we have one more adverbial phrase. We've done this as an embedded clause, and this tells us...
What does embedded mean?
And this tells us why something has happened. Because you might have been wondering, I mean, we all were before, how did he get a pay rise in this situation? Well, by using our extra information through this adverbial phrase, you know that it's because of his impressive sales record. Well done, Brian.
So we've got 4 adverbs and adverbial phrases in that short story that we've written about Brian going to his meeting and his pay rise to improve our writing. Now, down below, we've got a selection of delicious paragraphs that could do with up-leveling with some adverbs and adverbial phrases. We're also going to attach some adverbs and adverbial starters you can use. And remember, if you really want to challenge yourself, don't just put them at the end and at the start of your sentence. Challenge yourself to put it in the middle of the sentence, an embedded adverbial phrase. And don't forget to put the commas around it.
Yes. Now, as ever, we would love to see examples of your work. If you can take the photo right up close so we can actually read it, that would be a big help too, okay? Send them to our email address, learninglockdown@gmail.com, or you can tweet us as well.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's English for today.
Well, it's Tuesday, which means yesterday was Monday, and it means yesterday you sent us some brilliant work from your English. So before we dive into today's lesson, let's hand over to whoever it is that does this bit, and they can tell us all about your English work.
Off we go.
Okay, let's see what you've been doing in English. First of all, we've got Aidan, who's in Liverpool, with some fabulous adverb sentences. Well done, Aidan. We've then got Arben. Lovely colour coordination on this one, Arben. Very well done. We've now got Elena, who's in Liverpool. Lovely wallpaper in the background there, Elena. Excellent work, proudly showing off all that she's done. Then we've got Elodie, who again looks very pleased with the work she's done. And if we zoom in, you can see, with a nice pointy hand there, the pictures she's drawn to go with them. Now Farah, who is always working hard, always sending us her things. It's great to see. Well done, Farah. Eddie wrote these out himself. Reluctantly, look at that brilliant adverb there. Reluctantly, well done, Eddie. And his brother Gino typed them up, but we like that as well. Well done to Gino for typing out those sentences. Here's Grace. Again, organised work. Pink for adverbs of time, green for adverbs of manner. Here's Katie, working hard as usual on her desk, and there's the work that she's produced. High quality as always. We always get great photos from these two, Mark and Jada. Here they are working hard at their desk, and Jada holding up her work. Very proud as always. Two brothers now. Here's Michael, who's got his work done on adverbs, and that's a close-up of it. And then his brother Josh has done the same thing again. Lovely colour coordination going on today. Thank you, Josh, for all of that lovely hard work you put in. Here's Noah again, showing off all the sentences that he's managed to write today. And finally, we finish with some work from Tabby, who's written out some sentences as well. Thank you as ever for your wonderful work.